Hello and welcome to BW London podcast. Today I'm thinking about the single mother boss chick, the self-employed single mother boss chick to a organisation, a successful organisation. She has employees. She has 2 to 3 children and she's a single mother. More than likely, this single mother boss chick, she picked a Pookie and Ray Ray to have her babies with. She accuses him of being domestic violence and all kinds of things to make her story add up. But as this single mother boss chick progresses into life, she didn't know what was going to hit her. She didn't know that work, to even be in a work mode, to grow a business, it takes such commitment and such effort. You literally have to think like a man. You put ridiculous amounts of hours into your self-employed business. And while you're doing that, you still have children to look after. You still have children to mind, and you think it's going to be easy, especially during the school run days when homework is easy and everything is simple, but waiting for you are the teenage years. So while you're growing your business and thinking like a man, there are your kids in a household with a woman, a masculine woman, and it's making the daughters independent, not teaching them nothing about being wise. And the men, the boys, they often turn gay or they expect a woman to bring them through life. They literally depend on a woman. Loads of these children often pick up narcissistic characteristics. Why? Because they're neglected. They're neglected in life. The food. How do you stay on top of food when you've got a self-employed business, kids to look after, you've got administration to do, and you've got all these different things, but you have to keep the meals going, and then you start to not look after yourself because kids eat more high-energy food, not necessarily appropriate for a woman that needs to be on a more veg-based and water-based diet. So your physicality drops. You start to look like an old trucker. As a woman, you have a gut, you have a look about you. You might even start to grow a beard. Why? Because you're in your masculine, constantly thinking about business, constantly got lots of things in your head. And imagine, with all that said, I haven't even mentioned managing the home. I haven't even mentioned the daily chores, the washing. When you're dealing with 2 and 3 kids, you pretty much have to watch every day. Your days are crazy, exhausted boss mom, boss chicks, exhausted. It's not what it's cracked up to be. And then everyone around you praises you. Everyone praises the single mother. Everyone talks about how strong you are, how strong you are. And believe it, you start to feel strong. You start to feel strong and manly and broad, you do. You start to feel unsexy and unattractive. Because you're carrying that burden that no woman should ever carry. We have got this wrong. We are carrying burdens that we should not be carrying. Don't get to be that lovely feminine energy that brings peace and can relax. No, we can't be that as a self-employed boss chick, single mother. The schooling with children, eventually you realize you have to step in and be there in every walk of their life, but yet you're busy. Because you still got food to cook in the morning, and if you're self-employed, you might be doing more than 15 to 20 hours days. So you've got to cook enough food to last 2 to 3 days. The stress gets on top. Plus, at the end of the day, you are a woman. PMS will come. It will hit you up. Your body will slow down. Your energy levels will drop. Your gut will get bigger. But still, you have to progress as the single mother boss chick, because that's the life you chose, and that's what you're doing. Your leisure time. You might join a gym. Yay! Little time to yourself. One day one of your kids asks to go to the gym. Then you realise you need to get them a membership because it's just the right thing to do. So then there's that. Then you have your friendships. More than likely you come from a sisterhood where the women think that all men are rubbish. And half of them don't even have children. But they're full of opinions, have so much to say. And they're fat. They're all fat and overweight with lots to say. Lots to say. Don't have no man in their life with no idea why. And all they do is infiltrate your life with nonsense, talking rubbish and keeping you forever single. You're already at a disadvantage because you've got children, but you or your friends can't see that. Why? Because of the damn sisterhood. And that's all part of being a single mother boss chick, because even if you raise your game, do you know other boss chicks? Do you know other people in your game like this? Men, this is their masculine. They'll start to network. They'll start to build up their environment around them. Men respecting other men. They can do different things. They can go to different places. Women, no. So your network is poor, even though you're a boss chick making money. And then comes a part that you didn't anticipate. when the kids hit 18 and 21 and plus, and they walk out of the home and they start to have their own families, and provided you've been a good enough parent to not turn them into codependents, not turn them into sister wives and sister daughters and husbands, son husbands, if you've been wise enough not to do that to your children, you're now on your own with your physicality dropped, no man in the wake, and now you're thinking, oh, I just want a companionship, I just want someone to spend my life with, and you're like 40, 45, if not pushing 50, and you're expecting another 45-year-old man to come and spend his lonely life with you when he can have a 20 or 30-year-old woman who can also have his children. Your requirements have now got so slim. You don't want a man who wants kids. You want a man who just wants to spend his days and will just support you in your work. Yet that was not what the man was put here for. So then the confusion starts, the loneliness happens, the depression comes in, possible mental health. And there we have it. The woman buys a dog or a cat and she dies alone. And I've seen it several times. I've seen it with women. They haven't necessarily died yet, but they are pushing 50 now. They're pushing 50. And they have no companion, and all the work that they did and tired out their body and all the money that they made no sense. Their children ain't even got the right characteristics because they've been neglected most of their life. So all that money you've accumulated don't mean nothing. I would rather have smart kids and no money than lots of money and dumb kids, because the money don't mean nothing in that scenario. The single mother boss chick has to die away, and the baby boomer generation created it. They created the single mother boss chick. They were trying to be it, and a lot of their children was it, especially the daughters, and they disrespected the men because of it and believe they're above the man because of their education and the work that they do, and they demand that the man values them for that, but he doesn't. We've got to make the change. Thank you for listening.